market around the world really is scorching hot these days. Canada is not an exception, and most definitely Moncton is not an exception either. Now, Moncton and St. John, New Brunswick were named top 2 and top 3 best cities to live in Canada. In this video, we will tackle how this listing or this top ranking has affected the property market here in Canada. Hello everyone, this is Rice and welcome to my channel, The Quest for Wealth. Now, as I mentioned, Moncton and St. John, New Brunswick were named top 2 and top 3 best cities to live in the whole of Canada. This listing has remarkably affected an already bubbled property market here in New Brunswick. Moncton was named a city on the rise, and St. John was named the cheapest city to buy a property in the whole of Canada. I'm not sure about that anymore because with the property market on a bubble these days, it's just remarkable. Really, the situation here in Moncton is closely reflective as well of the situation in St. John. I have made various viewings and in various properties here, and I have also made various offers. There is one offer that I did wherein the property, it's a decent one in a very nice neighborhood. It's a good community, and the property was listed for $320,000, and I offered $325,000, and I did not get the deal. The property was sold for $340,000. That's $20,000 over asking price. There's another property which is just across the road here. It was listed for $160,000. Within 48 hours, the owner received various offers and it was sold at $186,000. It was a semi-detached. It is that crazy already here. The buyers determine how much a certain property should be sold. It's not the sellers really. This market is the seller's market indeed. It is scorching hot, and I have been speaking to various real estate agents, and what all of them are saying is that it has become a norm for a various property to be sold 20,000, 30,000 over asking without the owner asking for anything over asking. Really, it is the buyers who determine how much a certain property is sold, and the buyers tend to really bid or go on a bidding war, and they even outbid themselves. It's really funny already. Now, these buyers predominantly come from Ontario, and this is the information that all of these agents that I talk to are saying. The Ontarians find that the cost of property here are very cheap. Ontario it's a remarkably expensive. These guys, because of this ranking that was released back in 2020, they came to know Moncton, they came to know St. John, and therefore on top of the bubble and on top of that ranking, it essentially created a perfect storm of an inflated market property industry already that we have here. So going back, Ontarians are the ones who normally buy these properties here, and really they don't even care if they see the property for themselves. Sometimes they don't see it physically. It's just the video that the real estate agent would send to them, and they won't even care for an inspection. If the cosmetics or the internal of the property is okay, they just buy it like that. They don't even have to take mortgage, they buy it cash. It's quite remarkable how this market has gone through the roof already, and really something must happen. This market has to correct because it cannot go up forever. A house that is valued at $160,000 and selling it $30,000-$40,000 over asking is just, it cannot go on forever. When the correction will happen, who knows? Nobody knows. So, but then as long as there are people who see or who perceive that these values or these prices are cheap, this property market will definitely go on a hike. One remarkable example is that there is one property selling which was actually bought at $190,000. It was bought back in 2019 before the pandemic, and the buyer did some cosmetic works on it in 2020, and essentially it was listed in the market for almost $400,000, and it was it was sold, really. So it has become the norm that as soon as a property is listed, within 24 hours, the seller will receive at least 4 offers on the property over asking. That is how hot the property market here is in Moncton. Now, aside from many in-country investors buying properties here, two other factors that are causing the property to truly inflate are the low interest rates, of course, and the low inventory on the houses. So more demand and low supply hikes up the cost of the property here. Now there is a government website where a buyer can go into and see the details of the property. The details means the value that the property is assessed for, when was the last time it was sold for, how much it was sold for, and the sale price in the community where that property is located. This website is called the PAOL.SNB. I will link the description below here. Click it and make a thorough research first. Have an idea on the community where the property is located, how much it was sold for the last time, and how long ago was this, how much is the assessment, and how much is the taxation paid on this property before you go and bid and outbid yourself. Some people would actually, and this is a true story, real estate agents had told me that a buyer would make an offer for a listed property over asking, and then they will come back to them after a day, and then they will say increase or hike up the offer. So they are outbidding themselves essentially. So, and it's a funny situation. It's just further inflating the property market here. Now, understand the market first. Understand what is the property, how much it is valued for, the community and the neighborhood that it is for, and then make an offer on it.